The story of this house is a complicated one, with twists and turns straight out of any aspiring homeowner's nightmares. And those troubles started in the construction phase, when owner Jackie Banks claims that her contractor, Carlos Alvarado Jimenez, misappropriated the monies he had been given for its construction.
Okay, in mid-October of 2015, we got into a contract with one Mr. Carlos Alvarado to build this house behind us. Everything started off good. Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. It was at the last phase we had problem. We gave him some money in February, something over $17,000+ to complete the house. After he received the money in 2 payments, the 5th of February and the 8th of February of 2016. When he received the money, he said, Miss Jackie, no worries, so your house was done for Easter, which would have been in April that year. Well, that never did happen. So when I came to the house and I started to see things going differently, I asked the workman that was here, what's happening? And they said, well, the man said he don't have no more money. I got in contact with Mr. Alvarado and I called him and I asked him, what is the problem? Well, his explanation to me was, his response to me was at that time, well, you could do your one, Miss Jackie, because I work for police officers, magistrate, judges, lawyer and thing. That was like some sort of intimidation to me. So I said, okay, then what I have to do.
What she did was send a summons for him to go to court to answer for $15,000 in November of 2018. And in August of 2019, she won that case, and the judge ordered him to pay back $1,000 a month. But he never paid, and she took out a committal warrant to have him sent to jail. But when he got back before the magistrate, it was another story.
You know, I know there are certain circumstances where I do think the court make allowance, but I don't know how this one warrants that. The magistrate told me that the gentleman had just gotten a surgery because he's a diabetic, and he had just gotten a surgery where one of his toes, or a couple of his toes, was taken off. But this man is working. I saw him myself, he's working, he's still working. I think an injustice was done to me from the hearing started. It was as if though it was scripted, right? At one point I asked the magistrate, I said, can I say something here? I said, because it appears as if though this gentleman brought me to court, not the other way around, right? And she said, why do I say that? I said, well, I need to ask you something. Do you know this gentleman? And she said, no. But while I was in the court, it felt as if though it was scripted, everything just in his favor.
But Alvarado says he didn't steal from Banks, and that while he didn't have the time or the money to fight the case in court, he managed to make a deal to suspend that committal warrant.
I never want to fight in the court because Jackie, I know Jackie long time. She used to work for me. And he started to tell me that he wanted a house and he wanted a nice house. And I said, well, Jackie, well, I could do it for you. So we agreed to one price and it never worked out. He said, we can't get the money. So I tell him, well, I'll still not do it. We agreed to $80,000 for build the house. So we started to build the house, but what happened that Jackie started to, Jackie personally never did approach me, but the husband approached me, but they live together. They live in the same house together as a husband and wife. The husband approached me and told me that he want adds more to the house, like add the height of the house, the height of the windows, more electrical, and things like that. When the bill come, he made it over $10,000, which she may add already. So when she give me the last payment, I tell her, Jackie, I can't finish the building. Honestly, I don't think I thief. I did work for 40 years at Belize. And I never have, yes, we have problems with people, but we talk and we fix. But with this one, no, nothing could have fixed it. But what happened that the COVID come in, and then my foot get hurt, and then I have to amputate one too because I'm diabetic. And they amputate me too, so I work for about 5 months right now.
And while Alvarado has managed to avoid jail with a payment plan, Banks will have to receive the money owed to her at a glacial pace, a reality that she says has put her family in dire financial straits.
Well, we still haven't recovered, truthfully. We still haven't recovered. My husband had to get an additional loan to complete the house. We moved into the house in 28th of January 2017. And when we got the additional financing from the institution, we had to pay an additional money towards that loan. And meanwhile, while the house wasn't finished, we had to pay that loan and pay rent at the same time and mortgage. I don't know what happened to the judicial system. I really don't know. It seems so unfair. It seems so unbalanced. I mean to say, this is your last resort for seeking justice. So where else do you go if the court cannot assist you? Where else do we go? You know, and then you see a lot of people don't take these cases to court, you know, because of it's too time consuming. Everything you have to fight for. Now everybody have a COVID-19 excuse, even the court, you know, right?
Cherise Halsall, 7 News.